How do you know if your child with autism or toddler showing signs of autism is in the right placement? Today, we're talking about that. Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, autism mom, behavior analyst, and bestselling author. Each week, I provide you with some of my ideas about turning autism or signs of autism around. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can do that now. So today we're sharing a short excerpt from podcast 216, all about how to know if your child or clients are in the right program and placement. Let's get to it. What happens when the child does misbehave or there's a problem? You know, is there a timeout chair? Is there punishment procedures? Is there a chart where, they move their thing to red and then they miss recess? Like, that is all not what we would recommend. We have a Turn Tantrums Around mini course that really is great. It can be completed in less than 2 hours. You can get CEUs if you're a behavior analyst, contact hours if you're early intervention professional or professional that needs those. We can link that in the show notes, but we need to be positive. We need to be not punishing. If they have we have kind of a beanbag area and it's, you just want to make sure it's not like punishing. It's like if they need to settle down, maybe a teacher takes them to the sensory beanbag and counts with them and, calms them down, takes some deep breaths, and then they're back into the action. The other thing I would look at is and I think I mentioned this, can they support early intervention professionals coming in, ABA therapists being one-to-ones with them, behavior analysts coming in and, recommending things, because you have to really be willing. Like, I think one of the greatest things about teachers, like a great trait of a teacher or any therapist, is their willingness to take feedback, willingness to make changes, to accommodate, and not just be like, I remember when Lucas was in typical preschool, the behavior analyst or whoever was consulting at the time, because I didn't know anything, was like, we don't want Lucas and his ABA therapist to be here and the rest of the 16 kids and the teacher and the teacher's aide to be here. We don't want them to be separate. We want Lucas to be part of the class. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I think for me too, willingness to collaborate with families is really important. And when we were looking at different schools and as we're getting ready to move, needing to look at schools again, what was it like? Was I allowed to come in? Did I have to give a warning that I was coming early? Things like that were really important. Like, if I just kind of showed up, was I going to see one thing versus if they were expecting me? Is that something different? So being able to come into the building was really important to me. While we're getting ready to move, looking at daycares again, one that we found that we're really excited about has live streaming within the classroom. So I feel like teachers who know that they're on camera and parents can look in at any time are probably doing what they need to be doing for your kids all the time. And like that communication piece, they have an app, they can take pictures and send me pictures. I can ask questions. So I think that's important too, is just what that communication piece looks like. At the end of the day, when you pick up your kids, are they, oh, so-and-so had a great day, but there might have been this problem, or are they handing them over and they're ready for you to take them and leave? What does that look like? Was important when we were deciding where our son would go during the day when he wasn't with us. So,
yeah. And I think you brought up another good point that I forgot about is communication, especially for kids with autism, especially for kids that are in school. Like, I don't want to just see a smiley face or a frowny face, or they ate half their sandwich. For me, I want more communication. I want to, I'm a lot as a parent because I got a lot of hats on.
I am too.
But I want to see ABC data. I want to see, whether he had his speech therapy and then what went on there. Like, I want some substance. I also want to know if he had a bad day or if there was an issue so that I can help troubleshoot potentially going forward. And you need to communicate with them too, in terms of what went on at home or if there's a problem or, so that communication piece between home and school. And we're not really talking a lot about home therapy. But I do think that, especially for young kids under school age, that in-home ABA therapy is often more beneficial to families and to kids than in clinic. Not for everybody, and especially families that work and, it's a lot. It's a lot to juggle. It's a lot if the kid is sick and, but, if you have home ABA therapy, and especially if the parents and or the professionals are taking my courses and in my world, then it's very much lockstep. So you're not just working on language and academics, you're working on dressing and grooming and behavior reduction and community outings and all those things that, that might be part of a good ABA center or ABA school is that home component. So it's not just a matter of getting a sheet with ABC data. They're actually, somebody's coming to your home either all the time because it's home ABA therapy, or at least a big component of that where they're going to help you work on other goals. Like if you have sleep problems or picky eating or potty training or dressing, it's really hard if the therapy is not at home to make major improvements, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. We had talked about too, the difference of even hiring. Maybe there's not if you have a small child and you do work, maybe a center isn't the best place, but you could have like a nanny or a babysitter who comes to your house and implements Mary's techniques, implements, the ABA clinic can come in and work through that person. There are lots of options, and it's just about taking the time to really find what's going to work best for your family.
I hope you enjoyed that short excerpt from 216. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, you can do that by following the link below. And if you would like more information about joining our online course and community where you can make the most progress and figure out what your child or clients actually need, you can attend a free workshop at marybarbera.com/workshop. And I'll see you right here next time.